I'm so excited for you all to practice with Denise, who is a friend of mine and one of my teachers. She's offering up a 7-day yin and chakra series. We're going to put 3 of the classes here for free on YouTube, and the other ones in the whole series will live on CCY Studio. If you'd like to check out my membership and all the other goodies over there. If you want an hour-long class with her, she's also offered that up. Click the link in the description and we'll send that over to you. Enjoy this class.
Hi guys, welcome to this yin class that is going to focus on second chakra, Svadhisthana. We'll just go ahead and start with the soles of the feet together here while we talk about Svadhisthana a little bit. Now, if your knees are up here, go ahead and tuck some blocks under them. Since yin isn't stretching, we want to focus on joint range of motion, getting into those deeper tissues and the tendons and ligaments. So if this is like super stretchy and uncomfortable, just back off a little bit so that you can tilt the pelvis forward. That's really what we're looking for here. I like it with the blocks under my knees because my left knee always has a little bit of grinding issues, so this just helps me to preserve my knee. So go ahead and come into just whatever degree of a forward fold feels good. We'll talk about second chakra while we're here. Svadhisthana means one's own place or one's own abode. It's where we live. It's also known as the sacral chakra, and that is the origin of this energy center. This chakra governs the whole pelvis and where the legs meet the pelvis. And as we learned in the first video, our legs are governed by first chakra, so good sense of ground, foundation. And so with second chakra, we get into the element of water, and so we always want to think about flow. Now, this is your pleasure center. On a chakra symbol for a second chakra, there's a crescent moon that's sitting on its side. So I like to think of that as the smile of the chakra system. So going from hip to pubic bone to the other hip here, it's like this smile. This is your pleasure center. And not just physical pleasure, but sensation, any type of sensation that feels really good. So that's not necessarily just a good orgasm, but it could be also an incredible bite of food or a really beautiful sunset or looking at a beautiful piece of art or hearing really beautiful music. So that pleasure center of Svadhisthana is getting into that real essence of flow, that flow of life, getting into that flow of the river of life that runs through us freely. So sometimes in a yin practice or other styles of yoga, you'll focus on hip openers. But in this class, we will be focusing on this area, but not with the idea that we want to open our hips. I want you to approach it more as just noticing emotions that come up or feelings or memories that may come up that are just simply in the flow of what we're doing throughout the class, so that there's no pressure to open the hips. Part of the deficient qualities of a second chakra is rigidity. And so if we're pushing to open the hips, it's almost a rigid approach to it. I want you to feel what can happen when we're sitting in these positions and just getting into the flow of the shape itself, getting into the flow of the in and out parts of the breath and those little lingering elements as well. So we'll take about 3 more breaths here. And then use the hands to help the torso back up to vertical. Help the knees so that you don't have to use any muscles to bring the knees together. Give the knees a little squeeze here. Your psoas muscles love this. And then go ahead and come into this 90-90 position. All right, so we're just going to move side to side here just a couple of times. So totally turning toward that right knee and then turning toward that left knee. So you'll notice it's not just the hips here, but it's really the whole body, getting that nice twisting movement with the rib cage here. And just flowing through this. You can twist a little bit more as we come over to one side. And then we're going to turn toward that left leg, slide that other leg back. We'll come into what is called swan and sleeping swan in a yin practice. So tuck the back toes and pull the heel away. And then come onto the top of the knee. If your left bum is way up high, go ahead and put a block under there. If your foot's not way out here, pull it in to toward your hip, whatever helps your knee feel good. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. I do use my timer. And come all the way down. If that feels good, you can put a bolster under the torso. We want to get that certain degree of discomfort, but in a way where we can stay in it. We'll be here for a few minutes. It's easy to daydream in this shape, so just come back to noticing how the body moves as you breathe with each inhale and each exhale. Notice thoughts that come up and just kind of let them flow through you without any attachment. Soften the jaw. And there's no pressure to perform. You can always back off a little bit in order to stay here for the full length of time. You can let the mind wander a little bit, and then the easiest way to come back into the body is to simply notice where the weight of the body meets the floor. And noticing how the body moves as you breathe. And you're like right back in this present moment. Nice soft breath here. And then walk the torso up. You really support that torso. Use the hands. Come up and get a big back bend here. So we're going to lengthen through the whole front of the body. Take the shoulder blades down and bring the gaze up. Start to turn toward the back leg, and we're just going to swivel right into half butterfly here, and then come on into this forward fold over the leg. So if you feel like you're a little bit tight on the back of the knee here, just bend the knee and support it with a block or a pillow or something. And then come as far forward as you can with a nice long spine. And then you can let the back round and let the head hang. And breathe softly down into the low part of the ribs. Last few breaths here. And walk the torso up. And take the hands back behind you. Get a little bit of length along the front of the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Always looking for just that little bit of relief along the front. Not necessarily a counter pose per se, just a little bit of length. Nice. And then we're going to just do that same thing, moving side to side a couple of times. Come back to that 90-90 position. That nice fluid movement, the femur head and the hip socket here. It doesn't matter what your range of motion is. It does not matter what your range of motion is. If you've got like a great, huge, wide straddle or super narrow, it doesn't matter. It's just about moving, getting into that flow of the movement, getting some of that fluidity in the movement regardless of the range of motion. Let's go ahead and turn toward that right leg. Straighten that other leg behind you. Tuck the toes, pull the knee away, and then come on to the top of the foot. Get some length here, and come on forward. I really want you to hear me when I say that it's not about increasing your range of motion. It's about improving the quality of the range of motion that you have right now. And just close the eyes. Notice where the weight of the body meets the floor. And smile gently to yourself. And This might be, we're always looking for discomfort, but we are dealing with that pleasure center as well. So smile, take a deep inhale. Just observe where the mind is going. Just go with the flow. I love to do a little daydreaming in the yin practice. There's no rule that says you have to be present and mindful 100% of the day. Daydreaming is where we consolidate our learning and our experiences. So just let that mind wander. You know how to bring it back. One more breath here. Use the hands to walk the torso up. I'm going to come into that back bend shape here. So really lengthen through the front of the body. Take the shoulder blades down and back. Maybe bring that gaze up. We're not just opening the hips. We have 4 directions the hips can go. So here we're focusing on this front part of the back one. And we're going to swivel. Do your best to keep that leg straight. Get into that good movement in the femur head in the hip socket here. And then come right into this forward fold here. Bend the knee if that helps. Round the back for sure. And breathe softly. Last few breaths here. Use the hands to walk the torso up. Take the hands back behind you. Lots of length here. Reach up through the heart center. Nice. We'll come back into that 90-90 position here. And swivel the knees on over to that left side. and then we're going to twist toward that back leg. So now we're working on the internal rotation, not just always the external rotation or the extension or flexion. Now this is the internal, so we're getting all four directions. So it's a big twist turning toward that right leg. And then slowly turn toward the left leg, and then we'll switch sides, all right? You want to come out of that twist first. We're going to turn toward the right knee and then twist back. Getting lots of that internal rotation here. And breathe. I can feel it right in my glute. One more breath here. And then turn toward the right leg first. Nice. And then we're going to come right into a squat. There's no pose that is more quintessential to second chakra than this position right here. So lots of options. You can stick a block under your buns and sit on it, no big deal. If your heels are really high up, go ahead and shove something under them so that you're not trying to balance up on the toes, okay? You want to feel stable so that first chakra can do its work. If first chakra is doing its work, then second chakra feels safe enough to be vulnerable and to give a little bit, all right? I like to walk the hands forward and round the back a little bit. But if you're up on blocks, that might not be the easiest thing to do, but maybe rest the hands on the floor. You can also interlace the hands and put a little weight on the back of the head. And then if you're up on blocks, go ahead and move them. We're just going to make our way onto the back, bring the knees to the chest, and rock up and down the spine just a few times. Notice any flat spots. And try to smooth them out. And then make your way to Shavasana. So take your feet a little wider than you normally would here. You can take the arms wider, maybe even wide up overhead. This creates a really beautiful sense of vulnerability for the body. Take a deep inhale here. And just let the floor do all of the work for you. Relax the jaw and let the tongue drop from the roof of the mouth. And smooth out that little space between the eyebrows. Smoothing out how you see yourself and how you see the world around you. And start to move fingers and toes. Kind of rub the tips of the fingers with the thumb and just start to notice any sensations. Move the feet a little closer together and just start moving the hips a little bit. Just notice that new suppleness. You can massage the hip bones a little bit. Maybe run your hands up and down your thighs, just checking it all out. Wiggle a little bit here again. Take a big stretch up overhead. And hug the knees to the chest. Rock side to side. And then go ahead and roll on over to whatever side feels natural. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.